Feeding, prey, and predators. Giant clams are omnivorous in nature, meaning that they feed on both plants and animals. The algae that grow within their mantle tissue are their main source of food. The giant clams absorb sugars and proteins which these algae produce as they photosynthesize. The nutrition that they get from these algae enable them to acquire such enormous sizes. Apart from this, like many other marine organisms, giant clams are also known to filter feed. Through filter feeding, they eat small food particles floating in water and even small animals present in their surroundings. Owing to their immense size and their satiety, giant clams are also preyed upon by a number of predators which are, more often than not, much smaller than them. Main predators include snails, eels, and starfish. Reproduction by nature, giant clams are hermaphrodites. They possess the reproductive organs of both the sexes. Despite this, they cannot reproduce on their own. On the contrary, they release sperms and eggs into the water. When the eggs come in contact with the sperms of another giant clam, they get fertilized. The fertilized eggs float in water for around 12 hours before they hatch. A single giant clam can release over 500 million eggs at one time. The larvae which hatch out of the eggs are planktonic in nature, unlike the sessile adult. This means that the larvae float on water but cannot swim against the current. Within a few days, the larvae start producing shells around themselves. Their growth is really fast and soon they fasten themselves to the floor of the reef. Relationship with humans in Japan, France, Southeast Asia, and a number of Pacific islands, the giant clam is considered a culinary delicacy. The adductor muscle of the giant clam is regarded as its tastiest body part and is a rather expensive food item. In China, it is believed that the adductor muscle of the giant clam can act as an aphrodisiac, hence, it is sold at a high price. Moreover, the shells of the giant clam have a huge market as decorative objects and they are sold illegally on the black market. Owing to the clam's sessile nature, it can be easily exploited by humans. Not surprisingly, their population has been dwindling at an alarming rate. According to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, the giant clam falls in the list of vulnerable animals. This means that though the giant clam is not endangered as of today, it is likely to become one in the near future. One of the major reasons for this is the overexploitation of these mollusks by humans. However, although their population in the wild has been declining, efforts are being taken to conserve the species by breeding them artificially. Furthermore, in some species, the exoskeleton is armed with spikes and spines, therefore, most of the predatory species prefer to avoid them. These include lizards like the Texas horned lizard, thorny dragon, armadillo lizard, etc., as well as crustaceans like the spiny lobster. In case of lizards, their spikes don't just threaten the predatory species, but also facilitate water retention and help them survive the harsh conditions of their native habitat. Among mammals, hedgehogs, spiny anteaters, and porcupines are best known for their spiny armor-like skin, which helps them survive predation. When threatened, hedgehogs and spiny anteaters curl into a spiny ball to evade the predator. The porcupine, on the other hand, goes on the offensive and launches a scathing attack on the predator using its spines or quills. Like porcupines, even sea urchins use their spiny bristles, which are known to be toxic, to survive their predators in the sea. If any armored mammal is more famous than the hedgehog or porcupine, it's the armadillo. Native to South America, the animal has its entire body covered with bony plates, which makes it appear as if it is really wearing an armor. It is because of this that the species is called the armadillo, which is Spanish for the little armored one. While most of the armadillo species flee into thick foliage when attacked, the three-banded armadillo rolls itself into a ball and survives predation. Interestingly, An animal with striking resemblance to the armadillo, the pangolin, is found in Africa and Asia. Like the three-banded armadillo, all the extant species of pangolin roll into a ball when they are threatened by a predator. In case of crocodiles, the exoskeleton is made of horny scales with bony scutes beneath. Even their jaws are heavily armored, yet they are known to be as sensitive as the human fingers. On the other hand, rhinos may not have a shell, scales, or scutes, but they do have a thick skin that is nothing short of an armor. In fact, the segmented skin of the Indian rhino comes as close to an actual armor as possible. Armed with protective covering, one might think that the armored animals are safe from their predators, but that is not the case. Like their prey, even predators have evolved over the course of time. If the animals we mentioned here have developed a protective covering as a part of their evolution, then the predators have developed teeth, claws, and altered their behavior as a part of theirs. Some birds, for instance, have mastered the art of taking on shelled animals like turtles. They simply grab them in their beak, take them high in the air, and throw them on the rocks below, splitting their carapace open. While armor like skin, protective coloration, mimicry, speed, and agility, herd behavior, etc. have helped the species survive predation by other members of the animal kingdom. None of these seem to be of much use when it comes to human onslaught. Will these animals ever evolve to survive humans? They will have to, because survival in the end is all about evolving.